over following wildfires that had such a devastating effect on the community. Following the CZU fires, in our efforts to restore power quickly, our crews and contractors addressed vegetation that could pose a safety concern or a hazard to our equipment. Since then, we have been listening to our customers and communities and recognize that our actions in the aftermath of this disaster burden many of those already experiencing hardship. In response to this feedback, we have been returning to private property and talking with residents about their concerns about wood debris for removal. So we're here tonight to talk about solutions, to answer your questions, and to give you an opportunity to voice your concerns. We really want to thank Santa Cruz County for their partnership and support in informing residents about this program. We are committed to ensuring that all impacted landowners are informed about this program and that those who wish to participate have the opportunity to do so. So with that, I'll turn it over to Rob Morse. He's our Senior Customer Manager in the Central Coast, who will share more details about the program and how impacted landowners can opt in. Rob?
All right. Thank you, Teresa. So if we can start that first slide. And hello, everyone. So following the CZU Lightning Complex fire of 2020, our PG&E crews and contractors worked as quickly and safely as they could to restore power to the customers. This included inspecting and cutting down hazardous trees that posed potential safety risks to the work crews or electric equipment in the area. So after completing this tree work, as part of our wood management program, our crews chipped the wood that was less than 4 inches in diameter and then spread those chips on site whenever possible. So if we can go to the next slide. At that time, we didn't haul off wood debris that we cut in response to the CZU fire. But now I'd like to talk about what you as landowners can expect moving forward with this part of the program. So we began returning to private property where we cut down trees for safety following the wildfires and to remove the remaining large diameter wood debris with the landowner's approval. We're pleased to share that we can now do this work for landowners in the complex fire footprint of Santa Cruz County as well. So we're committed to engaging with the landowners and completing this work as soon as possible. We know how important that is to you. We know that the timelines for wood removal is dependent on weather conditions and the ability of our crews to safely access and remove the wood. So wood removal that requires permitting or additional safety precautions or planning may require additional time and review. But we are going to do what we can to get this done as quickly and safely as possible. So if we can go to the next slide. So as Teresa mentioned, it's important that landowners are informed of this program and have the opportunity to opt in. So we've been reaching out directly to all the landowners, requesting their permission to remove the wood debris. Where possible, we've left door hangers, placed phone calls, and sent letters and permission forms to approximately 1,200 impacted private property owners. So hopefully you all got contacted in one of those ways. We've also reached out to local media to help spread the word about this wood management program in this footprint area. So we are hoping that everybody is aware of this program at this time. Currently, in Santa Cruz County, we have identified more than 1,200 parcels that may have wood debris remaining from trees that were cut down for safety after the fires. As of December 7th, landowners of 126 of those parcels have opted in for wood removal. So if we can go to the next slide. So in order to do this removal, we need the landowner's approval, as I said. And anything for larger than 4 inches, we have to is legally belongs to the property owner. And so we have to have your okay to go ahead and remove that wood. So those that would like to participate can email a completed permission form to wildfirewoodmanagement@pge.com. So landowners can also complete the form online via the Santa Cruz County website by going to the debris removal section and clicking PG&E Wood Haul Program. And quite frankly, this is really probably the easiest way to do it. The county did a great job at putting this together. Really easy to do. You fill out the form, it will take you not even a minute or two. and you can send that in. It goes directly to our wildfire wood management at pge.com. We recognize that you may not have all the information to complete the form, so please do your best. What's most important is that we have accurate landowner contact information so that we can get in touch with you for the next steps. So do your best bet, fill out the form as best you can. As long as we have the contact information, we will reach out to you and we'll get the other details that we need. So let's go to slide 6 now. So if you have more questions about the PG&E wildfire mitigation and response efforts, you can also email wildfiresafety@pge.com or call 1-877-295-4949. Landowners that believe that PG&E caused damage to their property during or following the wildfire response efforts for which they should be compensated should submit a claim through the PG&E claims process at pge.com/claims. So if you feel that in our urgency to get some of those trees removed, there was some damage, go ahead and go on to our website, pge.com/claims, and complete a form. So with that, it's pretty straightforward. That concludes our presentation. I do have our veg management supervisor for the area, Joel Smith, on, and we're happy to take any questions you may have regarding this program, the processes or steps that you need to take if this isn't entirely clear to you. So with that, thanks for being here, Joel. I'll open it up to questions. And again, I also want to express my appreciation to the Dave and the county for their work on their great website and how easy they've made this. And we hope it's easy for you, our customers, get this done. And we know what difficulties you're going through, and we want to make this as easy as possible. So thank you. With that, let's open it up to questions.
Yeah, so as a reminder, you can raise your hand. So I see Julie has raised her hand. There's also the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen where you could type them in. What I'll do is just ask you to unmute or allow you to talk, and you can ask your question. So Julie.
Thanks very much, and thanks for putting on this presentation. One of the questions that has come up, it has to do with access. And when someone, if someone wants you to come and remove their trees or whatever debris or whatever you're going is going to get removed, is this just a single access permission? This isn't like an open-ended, or it's going to go on for a couple of years, or I think that there was that access for the state when they came in and did debris cleanup, and it was kind of like, you felt like they were going to be in your underwear drawer for the rest of your life, and so I'm sure that you've got plenty to do, and I'm just voicing this for the concerns that I've heard, and appreciate your time. So.
Yeah, I can take that one. Thank you, Julie. That's a great question. And of course, we want to do our best to help all of our customers out as quickly as possible. There will be some situations that might take obviously more than a day or two. We did actually start last week, and we were able to finish one property, I believe, in about a day and a half. So again, it depends on the scope of work and the, again, the amount of debris that's on the property, the amount of logs that will have to be removed. But it's definitely our goal to get in and do the work safely and efficiently, and then be out of an area. So again, we don't want to impact. We realize that you folks have already been impacted so much as it is. We want to just do our best to get in there, help out, clean up the debris, the wood debris on the property, and then exit the area efficiently. I will say that we would be back from time to time during our normal routine maintenance operations, where we do have to inspect the lines at least twice a year in the high fire threat district. So you will still see our personnel out there, but certainly if there are sensitivities where our customers need to be notified, we can certainly make sure that happens.
Okay.
And,
And because I had a vegetation note on my account and worked really well with, the Davy tree that came out. It was great. It was fine. And you know, that that was just a process that I understood. And so I guess I just want to be sure that nobody has to have a special vegetation. Nothing else special needs to happen. The people are gonna go fill out the form and submit the information. You're gonna contact them and you'll work with them. And yeah, that if that's how easy it is, and then once it's done, it's done. That would be awesome. I think that's, you know, nobody needs to have more dreams about trees and PG&E and us and wood and all of this debris removal stuff. And we really appreciate the work that you've all done to get us to here. You know, this is a great positive step forward, and I think we definitely appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
Yep. Thanks, Julia. Great question. And certainly to your point, it doesn't give us carte blanche to just go on your property willy-nilly. And we're not going to be camping out there, staying there. We want to get in. We want to remove the trees that we cut down, get them out of there as quickly as possible without causing any additional damage, and then move on. And so we owe that to our customers, and we're happy to do that. And looking forward to getting this project completed as soon as possible.
Great. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Again, you can raise your hand if you have a question. And again, there's also the chat. What I could do real quick while we're waiting for another question perhaps is I can share my screen and just show folks how to navigate to the online form. So if folks can see the county website here, if you come to our main county website, you can go under Departments, Office of Response, Recovery, and Resilience. Then under Recovery and Debris Removals, I know there's a few clicks there, but down here on the left-hand side, you see Woodhull Debris Program. There's some information, and then you can click on that form, fill it out. It automatically mails it to PG&E, and that's all you need to do. So again, just stepping through that again real quick, just so that folks can follow that. You can go to Departments, the County OR3 website, under Recovery, Debris Removal. If you click on the Debris Removal tab, there's the PG&E Woodhull, and there you go. So I'll stop sharing and hand it back to Rob. If we have any other questions. It looks like there's one in the Q&A. I'll go ahead and read it to you, Rob. It says, I was told we need to give the number of trees and their size on the form. Unless we walked all over and counted, they would need to be approximate. Is this okay?
Absolutely. We just want your best information, and then we'll go ahead and contact you and determine what are the trees that we cut down. We have detailed information on that. Our tree crews that were out there have identified the work that's been done, and then we'll go ahead and move forward. Joel, is there anything you want to add to that?
That covered it, Rob. The only little detail I'll add is that, you know, some wood will require special equipment in certain situations. So part of the, and again, as you went through the slides there, our customers were advised that we did the initial assessment. We will need to do some additional assessments case by case on certain properties that may have maybe larger properties or larger parcels where the wood is situated of great distance away from roads. So those situations may take a little bit longer, but and may involve a little bit more work. But I certainly don't want our customers to feel like they have to put the, that if they miss something on the form, it doesn't mean that we're going to not pick it up. We again, like you mentioned, Rob, we have records of all of the wood that we addressed during all of the trees that we addressed during the fire response efforts. So we do have that documented. It's still, sometimes it's a little bit tricky with rural parcels where it's not always real clear where the fence lines are, the property lines are. So there will be a little bit of additional assessment for us. But again, I don't want our customers to feel burdened by that. We will definitely help out with that and work through that with our customers.
Thanks, Joel.
Looks like there's a second question from Kay. I signed a form when PG&E said they had to remove an additional 14 trees. I agree with the condition that these trees would all be removed. They did not remove all the trees as agreed.
That would be a good one for us to follow up on. So if we had the conversation with you, then I would want to know who you spoke with, and then we could follow up. Again, we want to fulfill all of our commitments. And if there was some concern about a tree being a potential threat to our facilities, we want to make sure that we've addressed all of those. So I'd like you actually to follow up with you after this meeting, Kay. I think that would be good for us to meet, or for one of my field team to meet with you, to make sure that we understand what the concern is and that we haven't missed anything.
So if you could provide your contact information or an email or some way to get a hold of you, we'll go ahead and follow up, or your address, whatever you're comfortable with.
Anyone else have a question they want to raise their hand or type into the Q&A?
I'd just like to commend the county again for putting together such a great website, and they did it so quickly. I went through it just yesterday, just to see, pretending like I was a customer, and super easy to do, and it's documented and really, really great job. So thank you.
Absolutely. Kay put in her contact information in there. I won't read it out loud, but Joel or staff can take that down and follow up with Kay. Thank you. Kay also had, let's see. Kay also has followed up just saying, I have a signed form from PG&E. Will we get to meet the people prior to the next removal so we know that the trees will be removed? So I think these are some specific questions maybe that you can follow up with Kay directly. Any other questions about the Wood Hall program? Obviously, if there aren't any questions for those familiar with the virtual meeting world, even though it's after traditional work hours, we can always give you the rest of your evening back. But this is your opportunity, if there are questions for PG&E around the program, to ask those questions.
I would like to encourage anybody that's on to let their neighbors know. I know it's a very tight community, and if they are not aware of this program, please let them know. And if I know some people have moved out of the area, still have property up there, and if for some reason we were unable to get a hold of them, please spread the word and let them know to go online, fill out that form ASAP, so we can get out there and bundle that work together. Ideally, as we go out and do this work, as we get these requests in, it's just a lot easier, a lot more efficient, and a lot less disruptive for everybody if we could bundle some of that work together. So doing 3 pieces of property that are next to each other, kind of around at the same time, it just works a lot better. So we really want to do that if at all possible. So please get the word out.
Yeah, just as a reminder for folks on the presentation that Rob went through, the deadline is the end of January to sign up for the Wood Hall program. And we will be having another community meeting in January to answer questions if there are any. And there's about 1,200 folks, as Rob said, that have been identified, 1,200 parcels. And we've got, I think it was 142 on the presentation that have signed up so far. So lots of room to expand that number.
And does Julie still have her hand up, or was that from something else?
That's a new hand because I.
It's a new hand. All right.
So
It's a new hand. I'm happy if you guys have a short press release. I mean, if you want me to put out the press release that was given, I'm happy to do that. But if you have something a little smaller, I'm happy to spread it all over the social media between next door and our Boulder Creek neighbors. And I can always share that up with, Bonnie Doon, but that gets a lot of attention, and I'm happy to do that.
That's so nice of you. I know that we have put some stuff out on Nextdoor and social media. But Julie, I'll make sure I've got your contact information.
Okay.
I'll work on getting our social media information, a copy of that out to you.
Yeah, whatever you want, I can just post it, and I can post it a couple times or whenever you want.
Perfect.
Sometimes it's easier when you have an outside person doing it versus you don't have to join some of those groups and
Right.
watch a siren go across town, as we do on Facebook sometimes. But anyway,
All right. Thank you.
yeah. I think that's good. I don't.
Well, I do want to remind people that if they do have questions, additional questions, they can go to wildfire safety. What is it? It's wildfiresafety@pge.com. They can send their questions there, or they can call 1-877-295-4949. And again, that information is in the presentation. But feel free, if you've got additional questions, something you just thought of after the fact, you can contact us either way and we'll get back to you. So just a good reminder. There we go. Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Great.
I'll leave that up for a second. People need to write stuff down. Well, as a reminder, this meeting has been recorded. We'll put it up on our OR3 website for folks who may have started or come in late. We'll have it up there in the next day or so. And certainly if questions arise, as Rob said, you've got that contact information here on the screen.
And we're also going to have another one of these in January, right, Dave? I think it's January, is it 12th or 14th?
It's the 12th of January.
Yep. So we'll be able to answer questions, or if folks have more questions or are not familiar with the program and the word gets out, after the holidays, they'll still have a chance to get the information they need, fill out the forms, and ensure that we come out and take care of any wood that's on their property that PG&E had previously cut down. So
as a reminder, and I think this is an artifact of a press release the county released, it's actually Wednesday, January 12th. So that's just a typo there. It's not Tuesday the 12th, it's Wednesday the 12th of January.
all right, well, I just want to thank the county, the supervisors, and everybody for having us a part of this. It's been a great partnership. We're looking forward to doing right by our customers, getting these out of their properties so they can move forward. I know it's been painful, and let's move forward. And I'm looking forward to the rebuild process and starting fresh. So.
All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you around. Take care.
Awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Good
Thank
night.
you, everybody.